TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com presents your latest Truman Lake Fishing Intel Expert Roundtable. TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com is your premier resource for up-to-date expert fishing reports and videos to help you find the fish faster and become a better Truman angler. Multi-species coverage includes crappie, catfish, bass, hybrids, and more. View this month's full episode roundtable exclusively at TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com. This month's roundtable is brought to you by Anglers Port Marine. Whether you're a first-time boat owner or a seasoned professional, Anglers Port Marine has an option for you. Conveniently located between Clinton and Warsaw on 7 Highway, stop on in to view top industry boat brands including Phoenix and Low Boats. With their award-winning sales and service, Anglers Port Marine has you covered. 660-438-4600 or learn more at anglersportmarine.com. The Mahoney Real Estate Team, powered by eXp Realty. Introducing Tyler Mahoney, your trusted real estate expert from eXp Realty. With longtime roots in the Truman Lake area, Tyler knows the ins and outs of the many great features our region has to offer. As one of the top-selling real estate agents around the lake, Tyler excels in selling both land and homes, consistently fetching top prices for his clients. What sets Tyler apart? He delivers exceptional service through his professionalism and negotiation while using extensive marketing tools to get the most eyes on your property, including tools that no other agent has available in the entire state of Missouri. For a seamless real estate experience and unparalleled results, contact Tyler Mahoney today. Reach him directly at 816-536-7038. And now, let's start the show. Boys and girls, we are back again for another edition of the Truman Lake Fishing Intel Expert Roundtable. It is October 2024. It's a little bit later on in the month. Been taking some time off, working on some things. You may notice in the background a different paint color in the house. We got new flooring down here in the basement, and so we've been working on the old house and just taking a little time and got a little delayed. So we're here. We're excited to talk some fishing with this great group of guys tonight. Going to talk a little hunting as well. It's getting to be that time of year where we'll start to talk about some duck hunting, some deer hunting. Lots of good stuff going on. Leaves are starting to change colors. Really, really exciting time to be in the outdoors in general here all across Missouri, especially around Truman Lake. I want to introduce everyone that's with me tonight. On my far right, Darren Langford, bass fishing extraordinaire, first place finisher today in the qualifying round of the World Fishing Tour. We'll get into that, and it'll be a good one. Real windy day out there today, 40, 50 mile an hour gusts, I think I saw. Were you dealing with that some?
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
9 hours worth.
We're going to hear about it. Got Jordan Lear, Angler's Edge Guide Service here sitting on my right. He's been catfishing and hybrid and white bass fishing quite a bit here the last 10 days. Mostly on the lower end, Osage type area, so he'll have a good update on there. Darren got into some white bass and hybrids today as well while he was bass fishing, so we'll have some good reports on that. Richard Bowling, the Crappie King, as we jokingly but also seriously refer to him as. Serious. Serious. Richard Bowling, and then of course Dylan Stocking from Get Outdoors Guide Service, who had himself a heck of a busy week last week with quite a few doubles, multiple trips a day, and balancing kids and family being gone, and he was Mr. Mom and Mr. Guide all in the same week. So we're excited to hear from him. Before we get into all the fishing and hunting details, just want to say thank you to Anglers Port Marine for helping to support the website and these videos. Anglers Port Marine, located on 7 Highway between Clinton and Warsaw, Missouri. Your Low and Phoenix boats. They have a great selection going on right now, used and new boats. Lots of these guys run Phoenixes that are contributors to Truman Lake Fishing Intel. So get on down there, check them out. They'll have something for you. They've got to be probably getting some 2025s in here before long. I can't remember what he had said. But anyway, Anglers Port Marine, check them out, anglersportmarine.com. Let's get into some fishing, some updates, what's going on around the lake. Darren, I've been taking some time off doing some fish reports, doing some home renovation. I haven't been doing much on the bass side, so I want to get into the bass fishing. I want to just start with that. I know you were qualifying today, but I want to kind of look back the last couple of weeks. I know you hadn't been out as much, but you're always keeping tabs. It had been pretty tough. Only taking 12 to 14 pounds. Can you kind of fill people in on, what the report has been, and then we'll start talking about what you saw today?
Yeah, it's been real tough. The fish, they're just in that transition time, and it does every year in October. There's always a week or two. Bass fishing gets tough. You can still catch keepers, but to find any quality fish is impossible. I think that one day we went out, we only had 2 keepers, but we probably caught 25 fish.
Yeah.
I mean, you can catch as many as you want. To just finding the quality is a problem. They just scatter, I think, is what happens. The shad are out in the middle of the lake, and I think they're out there with them, roaming, and they get real hard to catch. But that's changing. Like, today I really caught pretty good fish today. I had just shy of 16 pounds, 5 fish, so it was a little breezy today.
A little.
A little, to put it lightly. We're shooting this video. This will get uploaded in the next couple days, so it's October 29th for those that this will get posted here a little bit later. And we had 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Pretty sustained, probably 20, 30 mile an hour sustained.
No, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was bad. But you couldn't get out of it. You just tried to find a place you could get out of the white caps and then just fish there. But the weird thing is the fish, they're supposed to be transitioning, but they're still not. You would have thought moving baits all day with the wind. That's usually what it is. They're real aggressive in the wind. That was not the case. I fished moving baits for over 2 hours this morning. Caught 1 keeper and like 1 short, and end up switching back to flipping, and that was really, really hard to do in the wind. It was tough. My partner, he struggled with it some. He just wasn't used to it, and I struggled with it. I had a couple times. You have 6-8 foot bows in your line. You can't keep. You can't tell. You had to really focus on your line and see if you'd see that jump in your line.
Yeah.
But they were still out there in 6 foot of water, and that's where the shad were at still. And I did see a few shad moving back. The water temperature 64 in the backs of the pockets and creeks is what I found, and they should be moving back there. They just haven't. I don't know why.
Did you run up the Grand and do your usual stuff, or did you try palming or Osage at all?
No, I went in the Grand. I stayed in the Grand most of the day today, just because I wasn't going to break across that open water. The tournament was out at Bucksaw, so that open water had been really, really dangerous today. But no, I stayed pretty well in the Grand and just run pocket after pocket after pocket, and then end up having to move to the main lake and caught them on the main lake. Main Lake Flats, just same stuff I catch them on in the summertime.
Well, yeah, that's what we were doing. Basically, was it October 12th, I think, was the FX Fishing Series Championship. And like Darren said, we had 2 keepers, and we decided not to weigh in. We maybe should have weighed in.
Yeah, it was a little tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Teams were, I'm trying to remember what won that event. Was it only 13 something that won that?
13 pounds. Looked like 13 pounds took first through fifth, and only 4 pounds. My concern was only 4 pounds took big bass.
Yeah.
I think we had one close to that. You rarely see 4 pounds take big bass.
Yeah.
So far this week in the World Fishing Tour, 406 or 408 is leading big bass. So.
And you caught that one?
No, my biggest one today was 387. They were just all the same size.
So earlier in the month, and so Average Joe's and the Bass World Sports, I believe, had 2 championships the weekend after the FX Series, or maybe it was the same weekend. Very similar weights, though, within that week of us going in and competing. That was a very tough tournament. That continued. You had a little better weight today. So you were talking about dragging baits. Were you doing the brush hog today, or was it a jig? What was it?
I stayed with the jig today, and I just kept it on the bottom. I just kept it right down in the roots. And the reason I did that is because I could stay a little better contact with it. I did feel some fish bite today that, I'm surprised. They really had to hit it hard to do that. But you stay on the roots, a lot of times you're in that root and your line's a little tighter. You pull that bow out of your line.
Yeah. So the black and blue jig, I assume, I mean, that's been a staple really all month, because that's
It has
what you
been.
caught a majority of the fish earlier in the month on
Yeah.
as well. A lot of shorts.
Black and blue jig's been really good. The jig bite has been